Good morning, ma'am. I am Andika Prasya Nugraha from class 12 TP4, absent 3. Now I will read about snoring. Snoring. Snoring is the sound produced by vibrating structure of the upper airway, typically during inhalation. Any membranous part of the airway lacking cartilaginous support, including the tongue, soft palate, uvual, tonsillar pillars, and pharyngeal walls, can vibrate. When you sleep, muscle tone throughout your body. Decrease of becomes hypotonic. This relaxation of the upper airway muscle during sleep may decrease the size of the airway space and cause airflow limitation and turbulence. It is the combination of turbulent airflow through the hypotonic airway structure that results in the harsh vibratory noise known as snoring. Snoring is not an illness, but it is a symptom. Just as a cough can be a symptom of pneumonia, snoring can be a symptom of obstructive sleep apnea. Obstructive sleep apnea is a disorder characterized by snoring, labored breathing, and repetitive obstructive pause of gaps in a person's breathing during sleep. The obstructive pause results from complete obstruction of blockage of the airway and may be associated by decrease in oxygen levels. Typically, the obstruction is terminated by an arousal that is, the snore briefly wakes up, leading to fragmented, less restful sleep. Obstructive sleep apnea can cause excessive daytime sleepiness, decreased attention and poor concentration, and decreased energy levels. The consequence of the behavioral problem can be quite severe and include motor vehicle accident if a sufferer becomes inattentive or falls asleep while driving. Obstructive sleep apnea is also causally related to vascular complications such as hypertension. Snoring without evidence of obstructive sleep apnea may be an independent risk factor for hypertension and the daytime behavioral problems mentioned above, but how snoring alone causes problem remains unknown. The reported prevalence of snoring varies and depends on the population studied and the wording of the questionnaire. Data from the Wisconsin Sleep Cohort study found that 44% of all men surveyed and 28% of all women surveyed were habitual snorers. Overall, 4% and these men and 2% of these women had snoring that was associated with obstructive sleep apnea. Furthermore, the prevalence of snoring and obstructive sleep apnea seems to increase with age, especially after 65 years of age. Additional risk factors associated with the development of snoring include weight gain, alcohol consumption, allergies, nasal obstruction, use of muscle relaxant of sedatives, and smoking. Snoring remedies run the gamut from simple, non-invasive device that open the nasal passage to more invasive surgical procedures and external nasal dilator. The breathe-right brain nasal strip enhance nasal breathing by attaching to the outside of the nose like a bandage and gently lifting and opening the nasal passage. A common observation suggests that snoring improves if the person sleeps on his side or in a semi-upright position rather than on his back. To encourage this position, many snorers have tried solutions ranging from sewing a tennis ball to the back of pajamas to propping up on wedge-shaped pillows. Other non-invasive ways to reduce snoring include losing weight, avoiding alcohol and sedative, and managing any allergic symptoms. Smoking may lead to airway inflammation and swelling that can further narrow the upper airway. Thus, smoking cessation may improve snoring. Oral appliances and nasal continuous positive airway pressure (CPAP) devices are mechanical apparatus that act to prevent the tongue and soft palate from collapsing back into the upper airway. Finally, surgery previously performed with a scalpel and now with a laser remove some of the vibratory tissue from the back of the airway. Success rate for this procedure and report to range from 50% to 100%, although it is described as quite painful. Snoring also occurs in children. Research have found that 20% of normal children snore occasionally and 7% to 10% of children snore every week. In my case, children who snore are perfectly healthy, but about 1% of children who snore have obstructive sleep apnea. Children with sleep apnea may snore at night and exhibit decreased attention during the day. There is also concern that children with sleep apnea have symptoms similar to those children diagnosed with attention deficit disorder. In children, the most common cause of sleep apnea is enlarged tonsils and adenoids, and treatment consists of surgical removal of the tonsils and adenoids. In summary, snoring causes more lost sleep and irritability than most people realize. As novelist Anthony Burgess observed, "Loud and the world louds with you, snore and you sleep alone." Thank you, ma'am.